Out cards and pens or pencils, and if you want to ask a question, we hope we'll have time. Actually, we have more time because Mr. Engel is late. To the candidates, are you pro-abortion? Are you against? Yeah, if you put up your hand, it'll be for a card. And the usher in your aisle will bring you one. This is a two-parter for all the candidates. Are you pro-abortion? Or are you against the death penalty? Which of you would like to take that first? Don't fight,
Very simply stated. Can everybody hear me? I prefer not to use the mic. The mic? Okay, I'll acquiesce. I am for the law of the land. The law of the land is Roe v. Wade, meaning that is what the law requires, and that's what we support. However, there are three caveats to my being law of the land. I am against government funding of abortion, I am against late-term abortion, and I definitely feel that parental guardian consent is necessary for those of not legal age. That's where I stand on abortion. On the death penalty is a very complex and difficult question that the answer is never a simple answer. But at the end of the day, I am for the death penalty in capital murder cases and in crimes against police officers where the police officers have been killed as well. Thank you.
Mr. Mele.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. These are the hot topic questions of the day, and they always draw on our emotions. So there's a difference between emotionalism and intellectualism. So let us address it as clearly stated as possible. Intellectually and emotionally, a baby is a life. So I'm pro-life, because pro-life is the only choice. Death is not a choice. So unequivocally, I am pro-life. Now, as far as the death penalty is concerned, I'm a constitutionalist, and I believe that is best left to the states, according to the 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution. It is not for the federal government to mandate to the states what constitutes a capital crime and how that capital crime should be effected or executed. If such, that's to be left to the states. I'm a constitutionalist, and we all must adhere to what the Constitution says and to what the law of the land says. That's as clearly stated as possible. Thank you.
The next question is, we'll let Mr. Mele take this one first. What are your thoughts on President Obama's health care?
Do we have enough time?
1.5 minutes.
I completely disagree with the so-called Obama health care. It is not about care nor health. It is about control. It is about the government taking control over our lives. We are opposing a government that is addicted to overtaxing, overspending, and overreaching into our lives. And as long as I am your United States Congressman, I will defend the Constitution, I will repeal, defund, and oppose the Obama health care proposal with every fiber of my being and every vote that I can cast within the 2 years of my term. So help me God.
The Obama health care plan is an abomination. It is not what we need. What we needed to do was we needed to bring in doctors, hospital administrators, get serious advice on how to fix our ailing health care problem. What we ended up with Congressman was nothing to fix. It did not do anything positive. And I unequivocally would make sure that health care is zero funded. Thus, with zero funding, it could not be put into action. And we would need to work on writing a true health care bill that will include things like portability of health programs, will include things like tort reform to reduce malpractice insurance costs to doctors, and then we need to do that transparently. We cannot do that the way the current health care bill is written, behind closed doors, secretively. That is one of the biggest problems in government today, the lack of transparency, the lack of the people, the voters, truly know what is going on and ending up with these horrible bills like the health care bill. Thank you.
For both gentlemen, and Mr. Kleinhandler will take this one first. What is your position on hydrofracking for natural gas?
Hydrofracking the natural gas, very simply stated. What that is, that has to do with the natural gas that's located in shale rock. And we sit in this state and in Pennsylvania on some of the largest deposits of natural gas. And hydrofracking is a very controversial issue based upon who you speak to. There are environmental issues behind hydrofracking. What I think we need to do, and it's currently being worked in the private sectors, we need to come up with methods and methodologies where we can do hydrofracking and use the bracket and reutilize the brackish water and utilize that system to fix our energy crisis problem. I say that we sit in the Northeast on some of the largest natural gas areas in the world. And if we can perfect the hydrofracking system so that it is environmentally safe, we will be able to create an entire cottage industry from hydrofracking. What we will be able to do is we'll be able to convert government vehicles to natural gas. We will have to build infrastructure to do that, thus creating jobs. We'll have to build plants in which to produce and process that natural gas, thus create additional jobs. If we can overcome the environmental issues behind us, this would be a phenomenal thing for us to do. Thank you.
Mr. Mele.
Thank you. The real crux of that question is about new tech and developing technologies. I am for new technologies being developed, being invested, that will help create jobs within the 17th Congressional District. Being that for the past 22 years, we have had policies and regulations that have chased so many jobs out of this district. So the answer to the question is, what do we do to help invest and create new technologies that can help create jobs in a clean, efficient, and safe way that makes us energy independent? By doing that, we employ engineers. By doing that, we employ craftsmen. How about the people in this audience? How many of you know someone who have lost their job in the past 3 years? How many of you know someone who is in need of a job? How many of you know that there are so much skilled labor out there that is sitting idle? So we need to reposition our idea that takes government out of the way of the job creators and arrest the job killers. And the job killer who needs to be arrested is my opponent, Eliot Engel. And I wish he was here right now, because Mr. Engel, you should be arrested for being a job killer. And what we need, yeah, please. What we need are job creators. What we need are job creators. So I'm for developing new technology. Let's look into it. No one here at this table is an engineer. Let's ask the engineers and try and find a way to fix it. Thank you.
What is your position on Real ID?
Real ID.
What? On what?
They do deal with this on the federal level.
Skip it.
You want me to word it national ID? These are bills in Congress to have a national ID card.
Oh, no.
No answer?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain a little what's going on. The United States Congress, currently, in the United States of America right now, is trying their very best to take control of our individual lives. Yes, they are. Do you know what a national ID is? Look, she asked a question about national ID. The question is this audience. I'm the one standing up here trying to answer it for you. So let's understand what the question is. Let's have a discourse. Let's have an understanding. We are about individual freedom. And the most endangered minority in the United States of America is an individual. So a national ID says that the government will impose a law saying that each one of us must be in a registry, must be identified, must be on a list. I don't think the framers of the Constitution envisioned that. And it's not in the Constitution I've checked. I challenge any one of you to find in the Constitution where there should be a national registry. So I am here to protect our individual liberties. That is what you're hiring me for. You're not hiring me to turn around and give away more of our liberties and power to the government. So, you need someone who understands the nuances of the code words, the nuances of what the difference between our individual liberties are and what it takes to defend it, and have the courage to speak truth to power to do so. So, do a little research, understand what a national registry means, and if you agree with it, then send me to Congress and tell me to vote for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to comment on it? You don't have to.
The bottom line, we do not need a national registry. We do not need a national ID card. This is already handled at the state level. I think for the most part, the state will do a fine job in this realm. Very simple answer to a very simple question. Thank you.
Okay, this will be the last question before the 2-minute closing. Has Mr. Engel? He needs to close in 7 minutes, so I don't know if you just want to do your introduction.
No, answer the question.
Answer the same question.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we stay to task. We have another group at 1:30, another debate at 2 o'clock, and another one at 2:30.